Good morning. I've been up since fucking 4:15 this morning. Fucking power went out. And I just happened to be awake. Fucking watch it go dark. So I got up and got the generator going. So I do, because I fed last night. I thought the fucking wind was coming tonight. I didn't know the wind was coming last night. So I fed fucking 4 snakes last night. So I jumped up out of bed and trying to get TV going. Good morning, Evan. There we go. Oh, we lost somebody. Yeah. So I had a busy morning this morning. Kind of fucking tired. I don't know if Dale's gonna make it this morning. I don't know if anybody's gonna make it this morning. Yeah. Fucking bright. So what are you up to today? You must be working, Evan. Power came back on at 7 o'clock, so it wasn't too bad. Good morning, whoever else is in here with Evan, Reptihan. Fucking tired. Fucking tired. It's a wonder what 2 more hours of sleep does. But I feel fortunate that I did get the chance to see. Roxy was one of the fucking girls I fed last night. See who's up. This dude was. Let me see. Yesterday was lame, left out wind, messed up screen pour. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, and you were sick. Morning, Evie. Morning. I got notified someone used my credit card. Oh, fucking nice. Well, at least you got notified. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Danielle. Yes. Evie, this is Danielle. I don't know if you met each other or not. Brent Romeo was hanging out with me yesterday. What a sweet. He is. They both are. And honestly, Evie, I mean, I totally get, why you thought what you thought yesterday. Because, everybody says fucking, oh, if they got a little S up, be wary. His head was completely flat. You know what I mean? Yeah, he had a little S. But honestly, that's exactly the way he looks when I take his hide off him. You know what I mean? And you see me reach in over him and pick him up. You just happen to not be focusing on that. You happen to be focusing on once he's in my hand, him coming out. Yes, you honestly, you don't have to worry about either one of them. And the other one wasn't, I wouldn't say stressed because he was moving around. It's the runniness. If they get going really fast, because I mean snakes can move really fast. So as long as they're moving slow and all that, and honestly, I wouldn't even worry about tongue flickers with those guys. They don't know to be defensive. Morning, Patrick. Everybody say good morning to Patrick, please. Yeah, and he is. And Romeo will get to the point where he'll be the same way, but just because they aren't moving around don't mean anything either, Danielle, Evie, I just sent Evie a couple snakes. She got 2 snakes from me yesterday morning, Romeo and Lieutenant Dan. Yes, this is Patrick. Like a little bit of everything. Danielle's new here. So she's saying good morning to you. It's because that's what we do here, besides make fun of people that don't like to comment. I've been up since fucking 4:30, 4:15 this morning. I fucking just happened to be awake and watched the power go out. And I go, oh, fuck, I just fed fucking 4 snakes last night. So I jump up out of bed, I get the generator going, I get fucking the heat going down in here, get power in this room, and sitting there, and finally power came back on at 7. But I'm a little groggy now. I mean, it's a wonder what 2 fucking more hours of sleep fucking does for you. And I wasn't expecting. I always tell everybody, hey, if you know there's a storm coming and you're supposed to feed a snake that night, don't feed them. You know, always wait till after the storm passes. And I, for some reason, was thinking the storm was tomorrow night, which is still fucking, 24 hours fucking from feeding them. But it's not like a brand new meal in them, you know what I mean? They've already started digesting, and like I said, I got a generator and all that. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal here. Morning, hold my beer. So, but that's something to keep in mind, Evie. If you got a storm coming and they're supposed to eat that night, don't feed them. You know, wait till after the storm passes, because if the power goes out, you don't have to worry about them fucking trying to, digesting a meal. You know what I mean? You don't have to go through all that worry. Fucking, you can just go and wait till after the storm and then feed them. And, you've heard me say you can use the hand warmers and all that, for your snakes, fucking, if the power goes out. Just make sure you cover it with, like, a washcloth or something. It's just a reminder, you know what I mean? I know you probably know it, but it just makes me feel better that, saying it again. Especially, normally it's been like 50 degrees during the day, and today for some reason it decides it's going to be like a high of 22, 24 degrees today here. And then back up to fucking, tomorrow's going to be 30, 35, and then Saturday 52, and then like 54 on Sunday. No, it's just something that, I know that you might have forgot, or somebody might, somebody else could maybe possibly use to hear it. If you got a storm coming, you best not feed that night. Wait till after the storm, then you don't have to worry about fucking your snakes digesting food or whatever. I mean, they can survive low temperatures, but it is, it's not good for them to fucking have a meal in them that, that they're supposed to be warm to digest. So it's really, I try to do it myself. I do. Honestly, myself, I try not to fucking feed. Why is that got fucking... Oh, that's better, I guess. Yeah, I haven't got fucking lines all through there. Go crazy when she gets fed. Yeah, she is. But the thing is, though, she's already had snakes. I didn't realize she had snakes before. She just don't have any now. So it's not going to be that big of, you know what I mean? It's going to be 51 today, but it got really cold last night. Clarksville weather is bipolar. Yeah, my wife says I'm bipolar. Fuck yeah. Yeah, now I don't know what I was saying to Evie. Yes, I know. I didn't realize it either until like 2 times ago. She didn't end up stopping in yesterday. I'm hoping that she doesn't have something going on with her mom right now. Hopefully she's doing something, fun. Hopefully she's just playing with her new alligator. You know what I mean? Hopefully it ain't. I hope it's not something with her mom. But yeah, she's had actually fucking snakes, a couple ball pythons, or at least one ball python before. So it was 74 here in Virginia yesterday, but it was 49 today. Yeah, it's a fuck. Well, it was fucking 52 yesterday here, which is good for right now. I mean, yeah, still February here, and normally it's 32 to 25 degrees here right now. That's the normal average, and the last fucking week it's been fucking 52. Well, that's why I was able to ship Evie or Snake that one night, because it got down to 39 degrees that night. And I guess I see other people that, ship snakes, when it's cold, but I prefer not to, And honestly, if somebody can't wait a little bit to get it, to get the snake safely shipped, what I feel is safely shipped, then they can go to somebody else, and they didn't really care what snake they got at that point. You know what I mean? If somebody wants to get a snake from me, they're going to want to wait. They're going to want it to be safe. Same thing with Evie. I mean, what'd you wait, Evie? A month? I'm pretty sure Evie, I told Evie she could have waited, till I could actually ship and then pay for the snake. And she paid for her first snake, like a month ago. Before I could even ship, I tried to get her to wait, but she was so excited she wanted to pay me, which was fine. But it's still, again, nobody has a crystal ball, and nobody knows how you're going to be sitting a month from now, and that's why I hate having somebody pay me ahead when I know I can't ship. When I can ship, it's not a big deal. Somebody wants to pay me, and then it's just try to figure out what the best day is that I can ship and when they can go pick it up. Yeah, about my, but Evie knew, the first thing out of my mouth when she said, I want to send you money now, is I said, I can't ship now. I made sure that she knew. There was no surprise after, give me your money, and then I go, sorry, but I'm not going to be able to ship possibly for a month and a half. And actually, I got them to you earlier than we actually thought, because I said the very end of March. Well, I guess it was the end of March. I said the end of February to the beginning. No, actually, I said until March. I said either March to April. So I actually got them to 2 months earlier than I said I might possibly get them. But who does want to hear longer as opposed to shorter? I tell her fucking 2 weeks, and 2 weeks comes by, then people start getting angry. You know what I mean? But I knew, honestly, normally here, it's end of March to the beginning of April. My first snake, I didn't even get one, they wouldn't ship it till the second week of April, first week of April, because it was too fucking cold here. But it's supposed to be a warm March here. Supposed to be in the 50s. No, I know you'd rather them be safe. I'm just saying for somebody else, if somebody else is so excited, really want to get a snake, and I tell them, look, I can't ship for a fucking month, and they go, well, okay, I'm going to look somewhere else. Well, they really didn't care. It wasn't about the snake I actually had. It was more they want a snake overall. And I just as soon if they go. I just soon if they go somewhere else, if that's the case. I want somebody that fucking like Evie did. I want that snake, and I want that snake. And she was willing to wait because those were the snakes she wanted. Well, guess what? She's going to take care of those snakes. To me, that's what makes me think, feel like, hey, Evie's going to take care of those snakes. She wants that snake, and she wants that one, and she's fucking willing to wait for it because those are the snakes she wants. And those are the people that I want. You know what I mean? I guess a couple people didn't like that. But it's the truth. Because I want good homes for my snakes overall. It's the overall, it's that I want to get them in homes that people are going to care for them. Not fucking, the first 6 months that they got them, they're awesome. But then the newness wears off, and then now those snakes are fucking being passed to their fucking neighbor, because they don't want them, but their neighbor thinks they want them, and then 6 months fucking later, they get fucking, you know what I mean? I don't want them passed around. I'd rather keep them. I'd rather keep my snakes than just pass them around to everybody. Have them just keep going, to different homes. I understand that people don't know, nobody's got a crystal ball. They don't know what the future holds, but the real animal people aren't the ones that fucking first sign of fucking, things going south. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of all my animals. You know, fucking animals are the last fucking thing we get rid of. You know, that's why I never really honestly saw myself as a big breeder. I've never bred any animals ever. Dogs, nothing. Because I'm too worried about where those fucking animals are going to. And I can't keep them. You know what I mean? And that's why I only really planned on doing like 3 or 4 fucking females. Even if the economy was good, I'd do maybe 3, 4 females, and that was gonna be it. And I wasn't gonna, fucking do anything again until after I sold all my babies off. And it's the same thing now. I'm pairing only 1 female, and once I get if I get babies from there, I'm not even gonna pair again until all those babies are gone and in good homes. And if I can't find good homes, then I'll keep them, and I'll end up I won't be able to get rid of them. You know what I mean? Fucking because if they're here for a couple fucking years, that's it. I can't send them. Unless I find like the perfect fucking home, and then I possibly could. But 2 years of me taking care of and handling, and you know what I mean, by then I get attached to them. I mean, I fucking. Oh, and I did end up putting her back. I had her in this tub below. I guess not in this tub because obviously he's in there. But I had her in one of these big tubs, and she wasn't like this. That's how she should be. Hanging out and chilling, and fucking she was out and not necessarily roaming around, but she was out. You could tell she didn't really care for fucking being in that big tub, so I put her back down that smaller one. We'll wait. You stayed out because you do here. Oh, yeah. I do, and that's why, I don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere, and as fucking soon as I go, I'm fucking worried about that first thing. Yes, I can't wait to go for a ride on my bike, but I know what happens as soon as I leave the fucking driveway. Yeah, it feels awesome to be gone. But then I start worrying about my fucking dog. I start worrying about the snakes, even though I know they're all good. It just, not being here. So I set up a nanny cam to watch my dog and to watch my room. I mean, it's fucking hard. I honestly, if it's not me jumping on my bike and going somewhere, I just soon fucking be here. Only because my animals, I'm not like, I don't like getting out of the house. It's not that. I just fucking prefer to be close to my animals. If something happens, I want to be here. And I've just always been that way. But I do like fucking riding my bike, and normally I put a fucking ton of miles. Normally I put at least 25,000 miles a year on in the summertime. Literally, instead of shooting these videos, I'd be out riding all day. Fucking sometimes we'd leave at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning, and I wouldn't get back till the next morning at 8 o'clock. Fucking a lot of mornings, I'm just fucking coming through the door as my wife's going fucking to work. Fucking, But since I got my Cane Corso, fucking, he ate a hole through my wall beside the door. Fucking, and I see it on nanny cam, and I'm 3 hours away on my bike with the wife, and we made that 3-hour journey fucking in an hour and a half. Fucking when I saw fucking daylight sticking through the fucking side of the wall, and then when I get home, he's got his fucking head stuck outside the fucking outside siding on the house, sticking his head through it, looking at us fucking as we're driving in the fucking driveway. Fucking, and I'm pretty sure he'd stay home, but I don't know for a fact if he was outside because I always leave my dog inside. I don't want to hook him out. It's too hot here in the summertime. It's too cold in the fucking winter. So in the summertime, I've got the AC going in the house, so it's not hot in here. 70 degrees, 74 degrees, fucking. So obviously, I keep him in the house when it's fucking really hot out, and I don't hook my dog out. I'm not that. My dog doesn't even wear a collar. He goes outside, fucking. He knows to stay in the yard, and he comes in the house fucking when he wants to come in. All my dogs have been like that. None of my dogs ever wore a collar. The only time I put a collar on my dogs is when I take him to the vet, or if we're gonna take him somewhere, go to the park with him, or we're gonna do some walking trails with him. Then I put a collar on him. And honestly, it's just to make everybody else feel comfortable, because it's so stupid. Some people fucking, and I'm glad my dog doesn't pick up on it because fucking my last bulldog, my American bulldog, I couldn't take places because if somebody acted scared, he'd pick up on it and he'd start fucking getting all kind of, acting aggressive and shit. And then they really freak out. But he only acted aggressive to see fucking what the fuck's wrong with them. If you acted normal and fucking just walked by, he fucking could care less about you. But for some reason, he was really bad. If somebody fucking started acting or starts walking like that, fucking, he'd start stomping his fucking feet and he'd fucking, and he'd do that about new people. Every new person that come to the house, that's what they got. Fucking, as soon as he realized he didn't recognize him, he fucking barking at him like, motherfucker. Oh, it's fine if you breed them. I just don't want to send them to what we animal people consider like fucking puppy mills. You know what I mean? Some of these big breeders, to me, I think it's just the same thing as a puppy mill. Some of them. How many fucking snakes you actually need, and how many people you actually got working for you to help you take care of all these snakes? You know what I mean? So I don't care if fucking people breed them, fucking 3-4 times over their life, 5 times over their lifetime. It's nothing. I just don't want them going someplace that's all that somebody looks at them as they're not a living, breathing thing. They're just something that they hope to get something awesome from, and then they don't give a fuck about that snake no more. You know what I mean? That's the fucking people I don't want my snakes going to. And that's why I honestly don't mind being a small breeder, because your big breeder ain't gonna fucking call me up wanting nothing I got, which is cool, because I don't want it just being fucking bred to death. Look how fucking miserable she looks. She'll probably bite me if I take her out. I think she just heard me. Oh, nice. She got her fucking paper towel. Come on, pretty girl. I gotcha. So you had to. As soon as she let go of that piece of paper towel and she figured out she weren't anchored or something, she didn't care for that. You didn't care for that, did you, girl? This is the most I've ever gotten this girl out. And I'm realizing, I think honestly, myself, I think I actually misread this girl a ton. I know I did. She's Raven. There she is. Yeah, I figured. I know you like her, Danielle. And actually, if Julia comes in, hopefully Julia comes in here pretty soon because Julia likes her too. Raven is a beautiful, beautiful bitch. She's a beautiful bitch. Evie gets it. How have you had Raven for? Because she is just so calm with you. It's mind blowing. I've actually, how long? About three and a half, 4 years now. Yeah, and you do know she is a wild card. That all my boas, she don't really. To me, she don't really act a whole lot different. You know, my other ones don't do that head swing though. Sometimes when I touch her, she like fucking, she will. This girl will get like, her head will be like on a swivel, almost like other snakes when they get in food mode. But I can tell it's not food mode with her. She's like swinging her head to see what's touching her. Even though she pretty much knows now that it's me, but she still, every once in a while, if she's, in a mood, I mean, snakes do, get in a mood sometimes where they probably just assume, be left alone. And luckily, this girl here, even when she acts at first, when I first take her out, sometimes she'll act like, she's not really with the program. She's like, man, I really would. But she's like any other snake, comes out of it, and the next thing you know, she's just acting like a normal, like any of my other snakes, just moving around nice and slow. And that girl's not moving, I guess, for a month. And I did tell my daughter that, if I told my daughter that if she could, to still try to find somebody else, find a good home for it, but if she couldn't be before the girl needed to move, then I would take it. So I'm assuming what's happening is that girl's probably still trying to find somebody else. I think it's obvious she's never watched any of my videos, because I'm sure if she did, she wouldn't even look for anybody else, honestly. And I don't mean I'm some fucking snake whisperer, but I think for the most part, anybody that's here, maybe not, well, and you too, Danielle, I forget. I just because you haven't normally come in here, I forget that you have watched my videos. But anybody that sees my videos, I think fucking, like I say, I think this is exactly what everybody else dreams of. If they're gonna have a snake, this is how they want and hope that you guys have with your snakes. You know what I mean? And my videos are only that. I don't give a fuck about moss and talking about all that shit, because there are a lot of people out there that don't care about that. They just have the idea that they might like to have a snake, but most of the fucking videos that we see, they don't, you don't get to see this side of them. And I can't, there ain't a fucking snake in this room that I can't take out that's not going to be just like this wild caught fucking snake. And everybody could have this. It's just, you gotta have patience, you gotta have confidence, that you've got to be confident. You know, these, when your heart is racing, they can feel it through your hands, through your fingertips. You know what I mean? Through our whole body, our heart is beating through. Well, they pick right up on that, especially in the beginning. If they're a little nervous or whatever, they're gonna have all their senses fucking beaming. You know, fucking pulling in information, whether it's fucking, you know, obviously they don't hear. You know, who knows? Maybe someday they'll be able to prove that they do hear of some sort. But anyway, they're supposedly they don't hear. So, but they're gonna be trying to pick up vibrations and smells, and you know, and I'm sure we might not be able to tell, but I guarantee you, we probably put off a scent that when we're nervous or whatever, there's probably a certain scent that comes off of us. You know, and that could be something that they pick up, you know, with the smell. But they can feel your heartbeat. And if you're fucking not confident, you know, they're going to pick up on that. And it's like a scared dog, you know, a nervous dog, and you act fucking nervous around it, it's going to pick up on it. Well, snakes are really the same way. And it all goes back. They got nothing to defend themselves other than their mouth. And I would think that they feel pretty goddamn vulnerable. So they're going to make sure that they're paying attention. You know, like I am when I take her out, I try to pay attention to how close she is to my face in the very beginning when I first have her out. Because normally in the very beginning is when she gives me, you know, the look sometimes that, hey, I really wish you hadn't fucked with me. You know what I mean? But now that she's like this, I have no problem with her up around my face or whatever. You know? And I just have it in my head that I'm not going to get bit, but I know it deep down in the back of my mind, I know there is a chance that she is going to bite, and that any snake could bite me. You know? But the cool part is I'm not scared of them anymore. So even if they do bite me, I'm not going to freak out like I would have in the beginning. You know, and I'm also not going to take it as fucking they hate me. I'm not going to take it as they're vicious or they're mean. I'm just going to take it as I obviously missed a sign that I should have seen that would have told me that maybe possibly that was coming. You know what I mean? It's going to be my mistake. It's not going to be theirs. Because you see these guys. These guys aren't malicious. They're not mean. You know what I mean? Look how nice and slow she moves around. And that's not because she's freaked out. You know what I mean? She's moving like this because she's not threatened. My girl. Oops. Yeah, it's not really showing up, is it? Not like it does if I turn the camera around, but with her the way she is, I'd have a hard time. I do love this girl, and a lot of it's because she really is the only one that really made me nervous, you know. And I'm really getting to the point where obviously I'm not really nervous with her either. I've been taking her out of her hide, which I don't ever mess with her in her hide. You know, I normally, you know, with her, I normally looked at her hide as it was her sanctuary, and if she was in it, leave her alone. And I've been taking her out of her fucking hide now for weeks, and it hasn't done anything. I know your daughter should let her know to watch your video. Yeah, I don't care about that. If she can find it a good home, I just assume, you know, have her go to somewhere else. Do you feed them in their rat, or do you take them? No, I feed all my snakes right in their enclosure. It's really, honestly, there's two reasons that it's really not good to move them for one, after they eat, they stay in food mode for quite a while sometimes. And to mess around with a fucking snake that's still in food mode is dangerous. You know, I mean, you take a good chance you're gonna get fucking bit. And another reason is you could stress them to the point where moving them after they've eaten, if you don't, if you don't have snakes like me and you go and move it, then you take a real good chance that it's going to end up regurgitating its food. And that's like us puking and you get that yellow stomach acid and it burns all the way up your throat. Well, it's 5 times worse for a snake if they regurge. And if they regurge, you really should wait 2 weeks before you even offer them food again, because their throat needs to heal back up from the fucking acid that comes up with that meal. So it's really best. And they don't get enclosure aggressive. You know what I mean? A snake that's used to being handled isn't gonna freak the fuck out on you just because you go and open its enclosure. You know what I mean? Around 8 and 9 o'clock, because I always feed between 8 and 9 at night. Between 8 and 9, I might get, when I open a tub up, they don't come flying out, but I might get some head pickups off the bottom of the tub going, oh, are you giving me food? But they don't fucking get aggressive. They don't get mean. You know what I mean? People putting them in separate. Yeah, that's honestly, it's really not a good practice, because people think that they associate their, with being fed in their enclosure, that they get enclosure aggressive, and that's bullshit. It doesn't happen. I feed all of these guys in their tubs, even this girl. I mean, the only time that I get females that will come, right out of their tubs is the ones that I was breeding, the two clown females, Duchess and Feisty. They come fucking right up at the front of the tub, because when they know that they're building follicles or they've got eggs in them, they are fucking super hungry and they all just want to pound food. They want to get as much weight on as they can, because they know they're going to be going on a wicked fast, like about 3 fucking months. If they naturally incubate and all of that. So they are right in fucking food mode and wanting food. And it's not that they're being mean or vicious. It's just, it's their natural instinct. Oh, I've got to put fucking a bunch of massive weight on, because I'm going to be fucking not eating for fucking 3 months. While I'm fucking pushing these eggs out, and then I got to sit on them for a couple months. And, it's a long time for a snake to be off fucking food. And they won't eat. Once they'll get to a point where they know, about fucking 2 months mine didn't eat. And as soon as they laid the eggs, I fed mine 3 days after they laid eggs. I got same thing. I clean the tub all out, and I get all that egg smell out of the tub. I soak the snake in a little bit of Dawn dish detergent water, and I wash the snake all off, get all that egg smell off the snake, off the enclosure, the hide, everything. I do a deep clean, and then I put the fucking snakes back in there, and 3 days later, all my females ate. And a lot of people have a hard time getting their fucking snakes to eat after they fucking lay eggs. But key fucking to that is just getting all that egg smell out of there. Once they don't smell eggs no more, they're not fucking in that, maternal instinct mode where they're looking for eggs, and they think they gotta where are my eggs? I gotta lay on eggs. I don't want to eat. So you get the egg smell out of there, and like I said, fucking all mine ate 3 days later from just make sure I got all that egg smell out of there. I cleaned the whole inside of the rack too, not just that. I got it out of made sure I cleaned the slot itself too, to get any egg smell gone. And honestly, I didn't come up with that on my own. I watched I'm pretty sure it was Nerd that did a video on that. Hello, Skeeta. Good morning. So I'm pretty sure it was Nerd that did a video on that, fucking how to get your females back on eating, because a lot of females. I fucking heard people say that fucking females, even after they laid eggs, went a month without eating still. So that's like fucking 3-4 months. And after they've gone through laying eggs, that's wicked hard on them. It's not like a snake going 6 months off food and it not having anything to do with eggs. You know what I mean? That ain't gonna fucking hurt them a bit normally. I had a female go fucking off food for 6 months. She lost maybe 200 grams, but she was a 2,400 gram snake. 200 grams on a 2,000, anything over 2,000 grams isn't anything. In 6 months, that's honestly a big shit for her. 200 grams. Trying to give this girl an opportunity to act like Brian's Boas. Boas. Evie, did you see the fucking video, or any of you guys see the video that Brian's Boas did? And he said he was showing all of his big snakes, and then he took out his Guyana was like the second to the last snake that he took out, and he said, honest to God, he said the worst bite I've ever gotten was from his Guyana. I'm busy with YouTube and doctors. It's been crazy. Yeah, it never stops, Skeeta. I don't think the craziness ever stops. Brian's Boas makes you way too nervous. Well, I fucking tell you what, when I watched Brian's Boas, I didn't fucking want to get no boas. I was surprised myself that literally, and like Dale said yesterday, I understand he does probably have 1,000 fucking boas, and obviously he can't handle all of them. But like I told Dale, I haven't seen not one fucking boa he's ever had out and fucking not had to fucking wrestle with it. I go, you'd think okay, he's got 1,000 boas, but where the fuck is the ones that fucking aren't like his other boas? I don't ever see any of them. None. They're arm wranglers, man. You know what I mean? And he's always gonna push him away from his fucking face. And I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid and I'm fucking way too trusting of my boas, but if my boas acted like his, I wouldn't probably want them around my face either, though. Yeah, he is right now. You're right. You're talking about Brian. Boas said that he's really busy right now with work and family. He gives me anxiety. Yeah, well, he's also breeding right now. It's breeding season for him. I see that he just did a video the other day, something about, breeding clutches or breeding projects. No, they're not. And I was telling my wife, honestly, I don't think he's going to get any new time boa owners, or you know what I mean. I don't think he's going to get many. I could be wrong. Maybe he gets a ton of fucking new people that don't care about that. Morning, Bow Coast Exotics. It's nice that your wife let you survive one more day, huh? Dale must have not sent her a link. Well, it made me, I watched his videos before I got any boas, and when I watched his videos, I was like, there ain't no fucking way I'm ready for a boa. Because I was like, I don't want snakes like that. That's when I was going, yeah, I made the right choice by getting ball pythons. And then, but then I see Jason's Exotics, and some of his boas were really chill, you could tell. And obviously he has retics, and he's got Burmese that were all super chill. And honestly, when I see that many different species that chill, then I start realizing it's not necessarily the snake, it's the guy, it's Jason. It's Jason that got all those different, you know, different fucking snakes chill. Because he's got Burmese, he's got retics, and he's got boa constrictors. And granted, he's got some that, yes, you see him wrestle with. I knew you'd, so, oh, hold on. Deleted the text Dale sent. I deleted the tail. Whose snake were you talking about? We're not talking about anyone's snake. We're talking about Brian Boas. Again. But not really saying anything bad. We're just saying that, you know, in the beginning when I watched Brian Boas, fucking, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not ready for a boa. But then I started watching Jason's Exotics, and because he had boas and he had some that were super chill, and then he's got retics that were super chill, and he also has Burmese pythons that was super chill. And then I just that's when I said that I just come to the realization that it's not necessarily the snakes, it's fucking obviously what this guy Jason's doing. Yeah, but for the most part, they don't come flying out at you, though. Christ, when I had Cleo, she was my third snake, my big normal. She was 6 years old. Well, the first few nights when it was dark in the house, when she was in her 4x2x2 enclosure, I'd fucking walk way around it because I was so afraid that she was gonna like fucking lunge at the fucking glass when I walked by because of the movement. She never fucking once did. She never once acted weird at all. And none of them, I mean, like I said, only fucking females that actually really super act interested in food is when I'm breeding them. You know, that, and they know they need to hurry up and put on some weight. Then that's the only time. The rest of the time, they'll look at me and be like, oh, you got to give me food. And then, yes, if I stick the food in front of them, then they grab it. But I don't have any that, like, I have to go, whoa. We'll put Raven back, because like I always say, you always want to end on a good note. It's best to do that, because you don't want their initial reaction when you go in their enclosure or get in their tubs. You don't want the first reaction to be, oh, fucking great, this fucking asshole again. So I always try to end on a good note. I don't wait for her to tell me that she fucking unhappy or whatever. The little bitch ain't gonna go back in. Dale didn't even have that one female that was just miserable. Think her name was Carrie. He should immediately. I've only been bit like twice, and it was when I first, when I got feisty. She came from Brian Barchat. And obviously she hadn't been handled a lot, and she struck at my face the first time I took her out. After I first got her, I unboxed her, put her away, and then the next time I took her out, fucking I was sitting there looking at her, and she fucking struck up at my face. And then the next time I took her out, she fucking just took a quick whack at my thumb, but she never actually like latched onto it. She just like quick bited it. Them are the only times I've ever been bit. Fucking, I honestly haven't really been bit at all. I can't really say, because she was so fucking small anyway. My thumb was bigger than her head. Actually, that trick you had was pretty. Is that the trick that you're talking about? He got a trick from fucking Camo that was fucking really feisty at first. Okay, Evie. God, there's a wicked delay this morning, huh? Dale, what'd you call that trick? Remember that trick you got from Camo? Danielle, Dale saying hello. That was Cujo. That's right, Cujo. But then fucking he said he was going to end up calling her Snoopy. Because she turned into... yeah, I know. Yeah, he was going to call her Snoopy after, but the first fucking few times he took her out, he said fucking she was nailing him. Was the one that you guys were talking about as bad as her? My wife gets bit, Jason, by a snake that Dale picked out. This girl right here likes to bite my wife. She's never bitten me though. She's always been wicked super sweet to me, but she don't like the wife for some reason. Orange Dream, Enchi, het for pied, het for candy. This is Corona. I bought it with my Corona check. My COVID check. I'll turn on TV to listen to Mikey podcast. He calmed right down. Calmed right down on probably, but he bit during the egg cutting. Oh, no shit. Chucky was, you called him Chucky? Cujo calmed down, Chucky never calmed down. No shit. You ain't bringing something like that to my house, are you? I don't really want to have to tame something. I don't have to be Tarzan. Mean ass boa. I didn't have it. Oh, it was a mean ass boa? Fuck that. Fuck that. I couldn't even imagine. I don't want like one of Brian's boas fucking, and they're not, I wouldn't say that obviously they're not mean or whatever. I just fucking couldn't even imagine getting something that's fucking mean. It's weird how they are. My only thing I'm concerned about is Cannon, but I spend much time with her, so that's probably it. I don't think she will bite. She's just mouthy and flighty, just scared. Good. I'll fucking be able to tell whether fucking how much Dale likes me or not with the fucking snake that he brings, because if it fucking lights me up all the time, it'd be the fucking joke's on me. Oh yeah, Corona is beautiful. But Corona's bit my wife like 3 fucking times. You know, and actually this last time it was almost like fucking she did it on command. Because I took her out of her tub because she needed to be cleaned, and I'm holding her, you know, and I'm looking at her and I go, oh, what a pretty snake, you know, and I go, all right, and I start to hand it to my wife, and I go, don't let her bite you, and I was completely joking when I said it. She didn't even look like she was going to bite her. She was just sitting there, and I said, don't let her bite you, and my wife went to reach out for her, and she fucking reached right out and fucking grabbed her over her thumb, wrapped her hand right up. Lucky my wife screamed, and it was only, she said it wasn't necessary because it hurt. It was just the fact that, she wasn't expecting it. And, and then we just had to wait for her to let go. It took a little bit. Even with me spraying water in her face and shit, it still took a little bit for her to let go. But the wife said it really wasn't that big of a deal. She said it felt like a bunch of needles going into her finger all at the same time. But she said that, it's nowhere near, like a tattoo, what getting a tattoo or anything. Pie VPI girl was super evil from the day I got her. I decided to just simply treat her normal like the others to see how she reacted. She still calmed right down, no problem. These things don't want to be mean. No, they don't want to be mean. They don't. And honestly, I think it's just because when I handle her, I got no fear. She's given me no reason to fear her, you know what I mean? She's never even struck at me, you know what I mean? She's never acted even weird. And I honestly think it's just because because she's bit my wife, I think my wife has got it, in her head automatically. Because right now, when I hand Corona to her, I make sure Corona's staring at me. I've got her face is facing me, so my wife, she don't even know my wife's coming, or taking her. And once my wife has her, she's been fine. She's never bitten her, actually, while she's holding her. One day she was putting her back in Corona, turned around and bit her. Went in her hide and then came right out and bit her as she was putting her away. That was the first time she bit her. And then this that I just talked about was the last time she bit her. I can't remember the one in between, but I know that for a fact she's bitten her again. Well, my wife would have too if we had just got snakes, but we've had these guys for, I've had ball pythons for 5 years now. And so in the very beginning, yeah, I would have freaked out. This morning, I'm in here checking tubs with a fucking flashlight. And my snakes don't even give a fuck, because even the last time that we had no power for 3 days and I had to come in here with a flashlight, checking tubs, cleaning tubs, with just flashlight, again, they don't care. I peek in their tubs, they don't even act like that fucking flashlight, something that, they act like they see the flashlight all the time, like it's no big deal. None of them acted weird. I took them out. Wife held them. I cleaned the tubs. I had like 5 tubs to clean this morning in the dark. I should have just waited till 7, but I can't wait. It's me. As soon as I see that there's something in there, even these videos, most people would probably wait till after their video. Fuck it, I can't do that. I know they're messed. I've got to fucking clean them. And I know they ain't been in there maybe fucking a couple hours, but that's just me. I'm not a fucking spot cleaner. I can't fucking, it just, I can't do it. It's fine other people want to do it, but I personally, I'd rather clean mine, and not have to worry about anything. Especially where I keep my ball pythons fucking humidity 70 to 80% always. Always. It's nice because a lot of times I open up a tub and didn't even realize like my albinos were even shedding, and it don't matter. Perfect sheds because I keep their humidity high. I still keep my humidity high on my boas too. I normally about 70, 75, is where I keep my boas at. I mean, I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but that's the way I do it, and I haven't had any issues. Always have great sheds, What do you keep yours at, Dale? What was the norm for you? She's just a princess, Dale. She knows how sexy she is. It's always the good-looking ones that have the worst attitude. I don't give a fuck. That's anything, as far as I'm concerned. The better they look, the worse the attitude's going to be. And normally the more money it's going to cost you. uh, and don't anybody in here take it personal. Tons of online sources say 50 to 60 degrees for balls. It must shed and go up. Yeah, I know what balls are. I don't care what they say about that. You know, I've found lots of big breeders that do it just the way I do. You can't just Google shit. You gotta still pick through the bumbo jumbo, and I like keeping mine where it's at. I know that balls they say fucking 55 to 70 is the norm, and I'm 75 to 80 for the norm. And I've been that way for 5 years now. Never had an issue. You know, I shoot for 60 plus on your boas. Yeah, I keep mine. You know, they say they're low now, but my probes are going to shit. That's the one bad part about these cheapo probes, that when these fucking things go, they go big time. I got one over here that stays at 18. Says it's 18% humidity in there, but I know it's bullshit because I put my hand in there and I go, there's all kinds of moisture in here. They're really just there for looks now. Yeah, I don't really like to go below 60 either. Well, that steaks too, but babysitter's still a bitch. Oh, shit. No. No, I personally, fucking, in my opinion, Jason, which fucking I'd probably listen to fucking Dale more. I don't think 87's too high. I don't think 90's too high, as long as you're not as long as it's not staying there for days. You know what I mean? Because I think, honestly, me personally, I think probably 85 and over, constant. You're probably also looking at possibly scale rot. But see, that was my problem here. That's why I got paper towels here, Jason, because fucking when I used Repti chip, it was way too fucking high, even with a million fucking holes drilled in my tubs. Not these ones, but when I had set up fucking single tubs, humidity was way too fucking high, and that's why I didn't use Repti chip here. My humidity's 32% in this room. 72 degrees. 72.7, 32% humidity. But it's only because the fucking heat's running this morning. Yes, yes, exactly, Dale. Mine does too. When I miss, mine raises up, and then it only goes so high, and then we get that gradual drop. Coming up though, fuck it, I won't even probably have to miss, but fuck it, in the morning and in the evening, once the oil furnace stops kicking on and off, the humidity will be about 50 to 65% in the house. And then my humidity stays higher in the tubs. But that's where also Repti chip would kill me. In the summertime, Repti chip is just way too fucking moist. In the summer, I could get away with it probably in the wintertime, but I bet I'd still have to mist. Yes, exactly. And out of the two, Jason, obviously, I'd rather have scale rot than respiratory infection, and that's the way why I'd rather have my humidity high than versus low at all ever. He keeps guitars in his room. Do guitars keep the humidity up? I don't like to swap back and forth only because I had a couple ball pythons that when I took them off Repti chip because it was too fucking humidity was too high, they went like a fucking month or more just swapping them from fucking Repti chip back to paper towel. And so I keep mine right on paper towel because like I said, I've got so many ball pythons and it would suck to fucking have some on. No, it's not high humidity, buddy. It's low humidity. Low humidity causes respiratory infections. It makes no sense because you'd think it was the total opposite. Oh, humidity will warp guitars. I got you. I got you. Yes, that makes sense. I was just wondering why you threw that you kept guitars in there because obviously I don't own guitars or I'd probably know that. Dale, will you confirm that? Because I know there are people that probably in here and think that I'm full of shit when I said low humidity. Dale's our moderator. He's also our fucking my Google search. I got to get my wife to do like I saw this meme the other day, and because it was about motorcycle parts, and the fucking guy comes sits down beside his wife on the fucking couch, and she goes, "What'd you buy now?" He goes, "Well," he goes, "You said that if anything ever happened to you, I could spend all our money on motorcycle parts." She looks at him and she says, "I was stuck in fucking traffic." And I was like, man, I gotta get my fucking wife to say something like that. So something like that happens, like power goes out at her work, fucking she witnesses a fucking car accident, I go spend all our money on snakes. I'm not saying it would work. I've never had respiratory infection here either. Also, dirty tub and your urine problem can help cause it as well. Yeah, and obviously I don't have to worry about that issue here because mine never fucking sit in anything. But no, I would think yeah, too high. I would think high, high enough to fucking give you scale rot. Fucking could possibly be fucking too high, humidity wise. And I just think fucking obviously if the snake gets scale rot, it's gonna lower its immune system, which is gonna make anything dirty tub, fucking respiratory infection fucking come on easier. You might end up fucking going from having just a simple scale rot to fucking having fucking respiratory infection and other shit go on. Yes, high, yes, like fucking, you're talking days. And that's the thing, too. Fucking low humidity, a few hours of low humidity, we're not talking. We're talking days of low humidity. Fucking, that's what causes RI, not just the occasional fucking here and there, you know. Okay, well, for good, it'd be bad. Yeah, I wouldn't keep them at 100%. Because Christ, at 100%, you're going to fucking see standing beaded water on the top of your fucking enclosure, the fucking glass in the sides. I agree, Dale. I agree. I think that totally makes sense. And like I said, I try to keep my shit 75 to 85. And it never stays at 85. It'll go up to 85, and then I'll get that gradual drop. But literally, it takes fucking hours. It takes 5 to 6 hours to fucking before I need to worry about misting. This time when it's 32% humidity in here. Once I get to this summer, like I said, I'll probably mist in the morning. My wife will check them in the afternoon when she comes home at lunch. And for the most of the time, she texts me and she says, "Yeah, only misted a couple tubs." You know what I mean? So I do have a couple tubs that do that. Like this top tub here has got a bigger gap than this tub over here. So this tub fucking is always, that one is always drier than the other two beside it. Yeah, yeah, no, and that's why I don't like spot cleaning because only fucking, you don't know that you've got all of it out until you completely clean it out. And that's why I don't like spot cleaning. I mean, that fucking Repti chip fucking absorbs moisture. And just because fucking it peed over here doesn't mean that, it got under here and it's in the fucking Repti chip that's over here that doesn't get touched. It gets actually moved back over. And then the high humidity, like we're talking, to me, it's just a bomb waiting to go off. And you're looking at fucking, having issues. So I don't like spot cleaning. And when fucking Cleo was in that big fucking enclosure, I didn't spot clean that. When she fucking pissed a shit, I cleaned the whole fucking enclosure. I'm talking walls and everything, even though I really didn't have to. But there could be mold, it's wet, moist in that enclosure. I still think that some of that fucking, the piss and the shit gets into the air and then can be in the moisture that's on the ceiling and shit and just be waiting to go off myself. It's my opinion. It's why I like fucking, it just makes me feel better when I fucking clean. You know what I mean? Not take any chances. But I can't keep everything perfect fucking 100% of the time, but I can keep it fucking 75% of the time easily. But that's why it's nice me being home like I am in the wintertime. It wasn't so bad when they were out in the living room. The living room doesn't drop as bad as it does in this little fucking room in here. This room's what? Fucking 10 by 16, I think. 10 by 14, something like that. It's not very big. So when the heat kicks on, this room humidity drops like boom, fast. Right now it's gone up to, actually no, I guess it hasn't. It was 32 before, weren't it? I was thinking it went up. But yesterday, when the heat didn't kick on, it got up to like 45% humidity in here yesterday. So it does raise once the summertime comes. And because these guys aren't in the living room where I normally run the AC unit, this room stays more humid than the main part of the house now too, because the AC drops the humidity. So by having them in this room fucking stays more humid in the summertime and less humid in the wintertime. I guarantee. Well, we know that breathing mold spores isn't good for us. It can't be good for fucking snakes. That's why, honestly, fucking, and I know you do too. Fucking, I go through about once a month and fucking actually wipe the fucking top and the actual whole shelf. I take the tub out and then I take the fucking take the whole tub out and then I clean that whole fucking enclosure because there still could be mold sitting in the top of the shelf here. It's all plastic, you know, it holds moisture wicked well. Hi, good girl. This girl hates it when I pick her up one-handed. She really likes to be picked up like a ball python. She likes to be picked up two hands. How bad is mold? I'm not getting any more messages. Come on, let go of this hand. You gotta give me one hand. Come on, one hand free. All right, thank you. Thank you. What was I gonna say? I think you went. I checked you this morning. I haven't lost power since this morning, Dale. Didn't even flicker. It was fucked up too, because about 2 hours after the power came back on, I saw 4 CMP trucks go down the road. So I was starting to figure, oh, I'm gonna end up fucking my power's probably gonna turn back off for a quick second when they fucking turn somebody else's power back on. But it never did. I love this girl. I love all my boas. I feel very blessed that fucking my boas fucking they're so chill. You know? Solar for the snakes. I have a generator, but still, it would be nice. I'd like to have something that like automatically when the power goes out, that fucking I wouldn't have to do anything. So I could, like you could be away from home, I could be away from home, and say the power goes out, and then boom, you know, have something that automatically switches over to some other sort of power without me having to be here. You know what I mean? It'd give me peace of mind that I would feel more comfortable being away. It's not bad in the summertime. I mean, obviously they're staying plenty warm enough in the summertime. It's the fucking wintertime that bothers me. And this morning, honestly, I wouldn't have jumped right up out of bed if I hadn't fed snakes last night. You know, because they would have been fine. I would have waited till it got cold, actual cold in the house, and then I would have done something. My house was still at 70 degrees when I went and ran out and did that. I don't go far. I don't go far in the wintertime, you know that. But the winter before I got snakes, so I did end up going to fucking Florida to Bike Week that year, and I can't go to Bike Week now. I fucking can't go anywhere. You know, I mean, my wife would take care of my snakes, but she's not gonna feed them. She don't feed my snakes. She'll do everything else with my snakes, but no, I got a generator. But my generator doesn't kick on if I'm away from the house and the power goes out. That's why I was saying, Danielle, I wish I had a way that when I'm away from home, that if the power goes out, something would kick right on, and you know what I mean, and I'd have power to my house still, even if the power wasn't going. Now I have to go out, stop my generator, and play. I gotta, hit the fucking breakers and all that, and then I just like to have something where if I'm away from home, I wouldn't have to worry about running right back here if I could get the generator hooked up and all that. Figure my power goes out and it's a little over an hour for me to get home, so not bad. No, it's not. And luckily, fucking you fucking guy, the people that you work for are cool enough to fucking be like, oh yeah, absolutely understand. Get home to your animals, because there are some companies out there that would be like too fucking bad. You're talking about animals. It'd have to be a kid in order for them to be okay with you going home. But see, my wife only works 2 miles away from home too, so that's the other thing too. You know, I feel confident when I'm away from home that if something happens, my wife can just pack up and come home if need be. She works for a really good company and she gets a shit ton of fucking vacation time. She's got like 3 weeks vacation time every year. And actually like 4 weeks if you count her like EPO time or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it is. It's some sort of time. And then she gets like 5 sick days on top of that. So she gets like fucking 5 weeks. 5 weeks of vacation. And she gets paid for like 12 fucking holidays. Fucking, she might as well be a teacher. Say too bad to them, laugh out loud. PTO. Yes, it's PTO time. There you go. Dale knows. Obviously, Dale's got that time too. You work in the construction trade and you don't know what PTO, you don't know what short-term disability, long-term disability is. The only thing you know is if you get hurt, it's a one-way trip to the hospital. You got 5 weeks too? Yeah, because you got 3 weeks vacation. You got 5 sick days, and then that PTO shit is like what? Personal takeoff time? It's something like that. It's personal something, right? Personal fucking takeoff. Personal takeoff time. Oh, somebody's messaging. It's fucking eBay. Fuck you, eBay. Jesus, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's massaging my neck. All right, come on, you. It's all PTO for us, personal time off. That's what it is. I knew it was personal something. Personal takeoff time. I was right. Personal takeoff. But then she's got like fucking 5 sick days that basically you're supposed to use for sick days, but you know, you could take the day off. It's just probably frowned upon if she's out seen on the back of my bike. You know what I mean? When it's an actual sick day. What are you doing, you crazy bitch? All right, fine. Do your thing. I'll let you be. Just don't squeeze. Don't be squeezing there. Are you a little chilly? Is that it? Yeah. You want to go back? Go ahead. You gonna go back or what? Hmm? Oh, hey guys, I gotta go. I'll be back on later. Okay, Danielle, have a good morning. Can't cut that one off again at least. I can. They put it back on. I felt. Oh no. What'd you do? Lose your toe? Yeah, well, I got lucky. I didn't get lucky. The guy I was working for, fucking, I had worked for him for 8 years, and the economy was shit, and his insurances went up. So he talked me and the guy that always worked for him before. It was just a 3-man crew, fucking, and he sat us down and said, "Look, I can't pay workman's comp right now, but I guarantee you, if either one of you guys gets hurt, I'll make sure I take care of you." Well, guess what? I fucking blew out fucking L3 and L2 in my back. And he didn't necessarily believe that I was actually hurt that bad. Fucking did it on the job. Fucking moving a fucking claw fucking cast iron tub. Me and my boss, that wasn't the big deal. The big deal was we had to go down a hallway and there was a hutch in the fucking hallway. You know, so it's got the fucking bottom that sticks out, and then the top fucking, is the cabinet part that sticks in past, in from the bottom. So when we went in, it had to go in and around the fucking corner. Well, that hutch is in the fucking corner. And I said, "Hey, you want to move that hutch?" He goes, "No, I think we can get around it all right." So he was going backwards, and I had to pick it up. He got in the fucking doorway, no problem. I had to pick the fucking tub up, and I had to grab a hold of it one-handed and let it go out around that fucking hutch, because I had to pick it up over the bottom part of the hutch. Well, I couldn't squeeze in behind the fucking tub, so I grabbed a hold of it, fucking swung out like that, and as soon as I did, I felt my fucking back pop. Fucking pop. Fucking, and I was like, "Oh wow, what the fuck was that?" And then we got in the room and we put it down, and instantly I could fucking feel it. I go, "Wow, that hurts." And I fucking told him. Well, I jumped in my truck, I got home, took a shower, fucking sat down on the couch, and I weren't sitting for fucking more than half an hour, and I went to get up and I couldn't fucking move. I mean, literally, I couldn't fucking move. I was like, "What the fuck? Holy fuck, this hurts." Well, I stayed out of work for like 3 days. I was the only guy working for him at the time. The other guy fucking got done, went somewhere else to work. So I was the only one. We had 250 fucking sheets of sheetrock. Fucking 14 footers upstairs, 12 footers downstairs. Luckily, we cut a fucking hole through the fucking side of the house to put the fucking ones upstairs in. but I was still lugging all this fucking sheetrock, fucking with fucking my L2 and L3 fucking blown out. So after we got the sheetrock unloaded, fucking, I took the next fucking 2 days off from work because I could barely get off the fucking couch. So then it started, felt like it was getting better. I went back to fucking work and we're fucking hanging sheetrock over our head and hanging sheetrock on the walls, and literally I'm lugging it and I can't bend over. So I'm just putting it up against the wall and I'm using my knee to let it slide down because I can't bend over. In order to pick it up, I was just grabbing a hold of it, picking it up, and then walking with it. I couldn't bend over. Fucking, and I kept telling him that my back was fucked up, and I kept doing it to the point where I started losing feeling in my right leg. I had no feeling in it. I couldn't walk upstairs because I lost all the strength in my right leg. I mean, to the point where fucking I almost fell down 3 fucking steps. So I ended up having to have back surgery, and the guy did go good for it. But the whole time I was out of work, I got not a fucking dime. He paid all my doctor's bills, and he paid the fucking, for me to have the operation on my back. But I did it just before Christmas, so there was no fucking money in the fucking house for Christmas. My kids had a shitty Christmas that year. He didn't fucking give me any wages whatsoever, but he paid for my medicine, my medicine, and he paid for my back surgery, and that's all I got out of it. And the only reason I didn't fucking sue him is because we were friends. Outside of work, we rode together on the Harleys, and we did almost everything together. So I didn't go and sue him, and now that I'm older and fucking it's 15 years later and my back's still kind of fucked up now that I'm older. It didn't hurt back then, but now it's achy and everything else. And honestly, now I wish I had sued him. I hate to say it, but I should have fucking sued his ass, and I should have fucking took everything, but that's the type of person I am. I just fucking walked away. I said, you take care of my medical bills and you take care of me, and we're good. But I meant fucking, obviously, you got to pay me something while I'm out of work. I still got to survive. I couldn't work for anybody else. I couldn't do anything else. Yes, he did pay for it, but that was the end of our fucking friendship. He didn't even want to look at me, fucking, my MRI was fucking like $15,000. And that was before I even got fucking surgery. Fucking, in my surgery, I think he fucking said that was like fucking almost 20 grand. I went up in Bangor, I had Dr. Turner, fucking awesome fucking doctor. Dude, I was in so much pain, I couldn't sleep. I was fucking, literally, I was to the point where I was fucking bawling because I just couldn't get comfortable. Fucking, it seemed like the whole world was coming down on me, But I got an amazing old lady, because not one time through the whole fucking thing did she ever get mad at me for fucking getting hurt. You know what I mean? And most fucking women out there be like, oh, it's all your fault. You got fucking hurt. And she wasn't like that. Oh, I have destroyed my body, dude. I've been nothing but a carpenter all my whole life, dude. Fucking, I used to work for this one guy. Fucking, the first day I showed up, we're talking $1 million home out on the lake. My first fucking day, I lugged a whole fucking lift of fucking 3/4 inch plywood upstairs. Half of it had to go upstairs. The other half went downstairs. All there was fucking 2 bales of fucking hay to get in through the fucking doorway. Fucking, and I lugged all that fucking sheetrock upstairs, because me being smart. I lugged all the fucking sheetrock upstairs first, and then I lugged all the downstairs sheetrock, and I fucking got it done in like fucking 2.5 fucking hours. And we're talking, it was a good fucking, probably 50 yards from the fucking place, because they dropped it up on the driveway, and it was all sloped down to the fucking house. Fucking, my first fucking day, that's what I fucking got to do. Fucking, my first morning. And then the next thing I know, I'm up on fucking a ladder, fucking putting the last fucking 3 pieces of tie par up on this fucking 60-foot fucking peak, all by myself, windy as fuck. Fucking, I weren't scared, but it's still fucking, it sucked, because he wanted no wrinkles. So That fucking sucked. And then my next fucking job, I'm lugging inch and fucking half Van Tech fucking for the floor. The fuck, and I was young. I was fucking what, 20? You know, but I was in jail and fucking I was a big dude. I was a big little dude. And my next job, I was lugging inch and a half fucking Van Tech fucking, and the head carpenter fucking came over because he felt bad. He goes, hey, don't be fucking lugging that shit by yourself. I said, Kevin just told me he wanted me to fucking lug all this shit by myself. I said, so I guess I'm going to fucking do it. And I did. I lugged that whole fucking, both 2-story floors, fucking inch and a half fucking Van Tech all by myself. Fucking, you know, but I was carrying 14-foot sheetrock by myself, 2-pack, you know, I mean, but my back is what how I made all my money. Fucking, you know, it wasn't till fucking my last year that I worked for him that we started getting the sheetrock lift to put sheetrock on the ceiling. I mean, we were fucking doing all that. Me and my fucking, the carpenter that I worked with up there fucking holding it up with your fucking head or fucking, you know, story poles. Hold it up there and then go back and fucking screw it in. And when we fucking got that fucking sheetrock lift and we started using it, because at first we were like, oh, that's going to be fucking, we can do it much faster. We might have been able to do it faster, but you ain't doing it easier than a sheetrock lift. Oh, it was fucking 30 below where I was working, and it was wintertime. Where I was working in Belgrade Lakes, the fucking, the wind coming off the lake, we were getting 35 below. Literally, the fucking boss that was an asshole, we were stopping every half an hour to go into the fucking tented off room we had inside the house to warm up, because that motherfucker couldn't even last a half an hour outside. Fucking, and we're out there because you can't work with gloves on. I can't. So I got no gloves on, and I'm out there fucking working going, Jesus Christ, I can't believe this shit. Anybody else I ever worked for would have called it. Said, hey, it's way too fucking cold. Yeah, I didn't go to the gym. I fucking, you know, I did when I was in prison, and when I was fucking what, 22 years old when I got out of prison, and that's all I did is I lift weights when I was in there. So when I got out, fucking, I was wicked healthy. Fucking, my first job was a fucking delivering lumber and shit like that, and fucking, I got the job because they fucking saw me fucking grab one of the fucking 3-foot fucking cement pads, picked it right up, threw it in the back of the truck. Come find out they're like fucking 420 pounds. And I picked it up and wound it in the back of this guy's truck like it was nothing. You know, the little tiny 18-inch round pads of 225. I was picking fucking those up like nothing. Fucking, so I landed that job, and then, you know, my back is what's fucking made all my carpentry money. You know, I've lugged everything. Because like I said, we were a 3-man crew. You know, and I was the young guy for the longest time because we were a tight-knit crew. We fucking stayed together, like I said, for like 13 years. In a couple weeks, I'll have help again. He's not to wear a sexy anklet for a few months. He's gonna wear a sexy anklet. That's funny. We had a guy, fucking FBI came, fucking yanked him right off our fucking crew. Fucking showed up and they asked fucking where he was. We said he's on the back side of the building. We knew fucking something weren't good because they wore black suits and ties, and it came in like a fucking black SUV. Come find out, he had only worked for us for like a couple weeks. We really didn't know him. It was just somebody that applied, and my boss didn't really like him anyway because the guy kept fucking taking my boss's radio and he'd keep moving around where we were working. And the fucking boss was getting pissed. And he goes, next time fucking somebody touches that radio, they're fired. So anyway, they came and they showed up and they said, hey, we're here for him. And the next thing we know, he's in handcuffs and fucking being hauled off. And we're like, what the fuck? PO was FBI trying to explain that she shows up every month on the job site to check on him. Laugh out loud. That's funny. That's funny. We had another guy, fucking you know, thought he was cock of the walk because he fucking thought that he was so fucking fast with a nail gun, and fucking one day he's fucking booking right along and he fucking either hit a knot or something, and that fucking thing missed that fucking 2x4 and shot right into his fucking hand. And the fucking stupid motherfucker's sitting there laughing about it, because I'm laughing my ass off because I fucking was just like, I knew it was going to happen, you know. And he bled all over the fucking floor, and my boss fucking showed up because he was just sitting there, and I was like, what an idiot. Get the fuck off this floor. Nobody wants to see all that on this fucking brand new fucking Vantech floor. Fucking, my boss came in the next fucking day and goes, what in the fuck happened here? I go, he fucking shot himself in the fucking hand, and he sat here and laughed about it and just bled all over the fucking place. That was a caliber people. That same person would come to work and he'd make fucking bread and fucking mustard sandwiches. And that's what he eat at lunchtime. The fucking guy also didn't take a shower, and he bragged about it, that he didn't take a shower because he didn't have running water and he didn't use deodorant. And I fucking had to work with this guy, and I kept telling the boss, I said, man, fucking, it's going to be hot today. I don't want to work with him today. He fucking stinks. You know, and my boss goes, what? I said, I've been telling you that. I said, he goes, all right. He goes, I'll work with him this afternoon, and I'll hang vinyl with him. I said, good, I'll cut. Because normally I've had to work with him, and my boss would cut and be fucking right away from him. Hi, Julia. So anyway, it weren't 5 fucking minutes. My boss is working next to him, and my boss looks at him and goes, hey, you use deodorant? And I'm about ready to bust out laughing because I know what the fuck's coming. And fucking Barry all fucking thinks that he's fucking something, looks at my boss, goes, no, I don't use deodorant. That's a waste of fucking money. My boss looked at him and goes, you better stop fucking wearing it or you are fucking fired. And that was it. Fucking the guy after that fucking started fucking wearing deodorant, started coming in showered, and I was like, motherfucker, man. I wish the boss would have started working with him earlier than this, because I worked with him for like a month. You know, dead middle of summer. And we're doing soffit and you know what I mean? Shit that I'm fucking got to stand fucking within 10, 12 feet of, and the wind's blowing at me. Brush his teeth and show him. I had a kid in fucking high school that I went to school with that literally, you knew he didn't brush his teeth because all day long he'd be fucking taking something and wiping the fuzz off his teeth. And literally you'd see it. And you go, what the fuck? It looked like cottage cheese on the outside of his teeth. And you constantly see him wiping his fucking teeth off all the time. It was just like, wow, fucking, obviously I didn't hang out with him. I stayed right away from him. We had some really funny motherfuckers. I guarantee you get it too. You get those motherfuckers that come up and that talk a good talk and sound, you know, oh my God, this guy's going to be awesome. He knows what the fuck he's doing. You know, I can tell by talking to him. My boss didn't give a fuck about pictures. You could take a picture of somebody's house and say you built it. You know what I mean? That shit didn't impress my boss. My boss fucking knew his shit. And we get these guys that would, like, knew exactly what to say. Like, they knew what the fuck was going on. And then my boss would ask him to build a deck. Fucking have no idea what to do. Fucking, and my boss would go, don't you fucking help these guys either. They ask you any questions, you just tell them you don't know. And I go, all right, whatever, fucking, and he'd tell them, hey, we want such and such a size deck. This is all the materials. Build it. And the fucking guys would sit there and be scratching their head like they didn't know how to build a fucking simple deck. And they were supposed to be a head carpenter. You know what I mean? And it was just, we went through fucking lots of guys. Lots of guys, because they knew enough to talk the good talk, and then when they show up, I mean, we had one guy that worked at Home Depot or Walmart, and that's all he'd ever done is like shit like that. He showed up, he's like fucking 50 years old, and he was, you know, he wasn't in very good shape. I fucking felt bad for him, you know, because now you're the low man on the totem pole, now you're lugging all this shit, and he wasn't in like shape to do it. And my fucking guy that I work with fucking hated him because he was kind of useless. You know what I mean? He was just really a warm body. So, he'd fuck with him and he'd tell him go get a board stretcher. Fucking, you know what I mean? And then fucking the guy would be gone. And that was the thing. The guy acted like when you sent him to go look for something, he had as long as it needed for him to get to find it. So if it took him 2 hours to find something, he thought that was acceptable in his head. That, hey, you sent me to go get it and it just took me that long to get it. And fucking that would start irritating the guy I was working with. And then the boss liked him because they liked talking politics because the guy actually knew shit about politics. So my boss liked keeping him around because at break time he had somebody to talk about politics with. Fucking. Yeah, it was zero experience. I had a guy puke off the side. We had a guy show up yeah, I had to go sit in the basement. He got fucking heat stroke. It was only fucking like 85 degrees that day. The humidity was high, but he came to work for us and he didn't make it till lunch. And all of a sudden he goes, oh wow, I fucking feel dizzy and fucking all this shit. And my boss looks at him and goes, Jesus, you feel hot? And he goes, yeah, I feel hot. But we noticed he weren't sweating. So my boss goes, oh, get down in the basement right now, you know, and hang out down there till you feel better. 2 fucking hours go by. The guy never come out of the basement. So my boss goes down there to see what the fuck he's doing. He didn't have any intention of coming out of that basement until it was time to go home. He looked at my boss, says, oh, I don't feel good. My boss goes, well, you might as well go home. He goes, I'm not going to pay you to hang out here in the basement. I can't. And the guy was like, what? Oh, you don't want me to stay till the end of the day? And the boss goes, fuck no. Why do I want you to stay here just to hang out in the basement so I have to pay you? He says, no, get the fuck out of here. 7 days a week for a while. That's not where they make books and magazines. Oh yeah, no shit. Yeah, that would suck. I like working outdoors, you know. But the thing is that sucked about the guy I worked for, us being a 3-man crew, when it came time for us to build a house, we were there for a year. You know what I mean? Fucking, and it was nice when we were doing like the remodeling, you know, a quick garage or something. It was nice because you were only there for a certain period of time and then you'd move on to somewhere else and it was just a change of scenery. It fucking sucked being in the same, you know, taking the same drive all summer and then all winter. Fucking, you know, it was nice to get those quick jobs. We did a lot of jobs down, Dearborn, fucking down, yeah, Dearborn, fucking Deers Island. That's what I meant, Deers Island. Yeah, well, yeah, it's like that in any factory. I mean, I got friends that work at New Balance shoe factory over here, and they say the same thing. You know, they give them a quota this week, and because they killed it, they expect what they got that next week. So now they're fucking really busting their ass because they gotta fucking at least meet that quota. So, you know, you just end up shooting yourself in the foot sometimes. Yeah, big houses. We're talking mansions, you know, $1 million homes. You know, there aren't a whole lot around here, but I got to fucking. We also did a lot. We fucking specialized in historical restoration, so we did a lot of fucking specialty work. You know, a lot of fucking dental. You know, the fucking dental fucking fascia and I mean we did fucking a lot of scroll work and we did a bunch of fucking we did a couple down in Dearborn's. We actually did their meeting house, their hall, the fucking town hall. Then went back to 10 hours a day. Well, felt like being on vacation. I bet. When we were working out of town, we liked it too because we got paid one way, and it was like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive one way. And he also let us get out early. We'd go in early to be at the job site for 7 o'clock like normal, but he let us leave early, so when we got home was actually a half an hour. Like when we work close, we'd be, we get out at 4 o'clock, we'd be home by 4:30. So we'd be pulling in the boss's yard at fucking 4:30, in a company truck too. He also gave us a company truck. He paid for all the gas, and we got paid one way. And we normally figured that it was on the way to work. But we only had to work 4 days a week too, because we were working fucking 10-hour days. It figured out with the fucking drive time that we were working 10-hour days. We were still only working 8 hours, but we got 2 hours of drive time. So we only worked 4 days a week. Fucking have 3-day weekend. That was fucking nice. And it was nice not having to actually work them 2 hours, extra 2 hours a day. We actually just sat in a fucking seat for 2 hours for the drive home that the boss paid for the gas. So there was some cool benefits sometimes here and there, but I can't do it now. And it's about the only thing I can fucking do. I'm not good with computers, so a counter person is like out of the question, Yeah, we got a big paper mill that I grew up in, that Madison paper. Fucking my stepfather used to work at, one of my stepfathers. He hauled pulp fucking for one mill for Ants and Stick, and then he went over to Madison Paper, and then he did some scaling. He was a scaler, log scaler. He scaled the size of the logs. He didn't like climb them. Oh, look, everybody left. Nobody wants to talk about work. Well, being a three-man crew is even harder. The more people you get on a crew, the fucking easier it is on everybody. But it wasn't very easy on me being, like you said, I was the youngest guy on the crew fucking when I first started for him, and I was like 22, 23 years old. Only been out of prison for like maybe a year. Like you said, the job before that I was just delivering lumber and shit. Again. All right, I'll get a snake out. You gonna come see me? See you stick your head right out. Hi, pretty girl. Hi, pretty girl. Come here. Here you. Hi, baby. I worked at Pine State for a little while too, until I told the owner of the company to go fuck himself in front of everybody. We had a big meeting, and everybody that worked at Pine State, fucking alcohol and tobacco, the alcohol and tobacco supplier of Maine. And we had a big meeting, and we were sitting there, and I just started in the fucking the juice part of it. I was the one that had to pick all the juices and shit, and I just started doing it. I was supposed to be trained for like 2 weeks, and there was no trainer. They just fucking sent me on my way with a pallet jack and said, "Here you go, this is your area." And Fucking, I guess I picked a couple fucking wrong cases or something. Well, the guy fucking in that thing said, oh, well, if somebody asks for fucking, cranberry juice, they don't want fucking blackberry juice. Well, I took it, he was calling me out. So I stood up and said, fuck you and your fucking juice. And I fucking walked out. Fucking, and I was good. Went back and started doing my job, and then I had one of the supervisors come out and said, hey, the owner wants you to leave. And they said, all right, cool, I'm out of here. And then the fucking guy goes, I can't believe you fucking said that to him. I said what? And he goes, that's the owner of the whole company? I said, I don't give a fuck who it is. I said, fucking ain't nobody gonna call me out, make me fucking look stupid and feel stupid in front of everybody. I said, I just started that fucking job with no training. I said, fucking, so what? Somebody got a fucking case of the wrong shit. No, fuck you. That's why construction suited me, because of my mouth. My mouth, and I have no filter. I honestly think between my back and my sense of humor is what kept me on my job site. And my boss was cool because he always said, hey, there's absolutely no reason why fucking, work's got to feel like work. He says, we can still have a good time at work. Fucking just, we can still have a good time at work. Just make sure that you're working. So I did. I spent most of fucking my time fucking laughing my ass off to the point I had tears in my eyes. And making everybody else laugh. That was the best. Cause it was just me and one other guy and the boss, but we still had, plumbers and electricians and, other people like that around. And homeowners here and there. When the homeowners were around, I watched my mouth. You might get humor out of this. We had just did this beautiful porch, closed-in porch. Fucking, it's red cedar floor. Fucking white, white fucking exterior walls, with windows in it and fucking beautiful green fucking, forest green fucking metal fucking roofing and nice fucking, and so anyway, it was white with fucking dark fucking green, forest green fucking painted trim with the white fucking uprights in the fucking, and the lower fucking all white. And I'm painting the fucking goddamn fucking soffit. And my boss had just got done saying, hey, you need to get a fucking hanger for that pail. Because I just had it sitting on the top of the ladder, reaching out fucking, Normally I keep one hand on the bucket and do this, but I didn't want to move my ladder, so I was reaching out without grabbing a hold of the bucket. And he had just got done saying, hey, get a hook to hang that fucking paint peel before you drop it. And fucking no sooner he said that, and that fucking goddamn bucket of fucking forest green fucking paint fucking drops and falls right on that fucking red fucking cedar flooring inside the fucking porch. And I mean, like 3/4 of the porch floor is now green, fucking green. Fucking forest green paint on that beautiful fucking red cedar floor. And my boss comes out because he heard the fucking bucket drop. And he come around the corner and he looked and he fucking took his fucking hat off and he's fucking going like this. I could see him fucking crying. And he goes, that's why I said you should get a hanger for that bucket. And he walks off. And because the walls are on top of the floor. So in order to if the fucking homeowners want us to replace that floor, the walls got to come down, the roof's got to come down. And luckily, the fucking homeowner says, I like the fucking, that forest green floor. and she had me paint the rest of the floor. Fucking spend all that money for red fucking cedar fucking decking, and then fucking has me just paint the whole fucking floor forest green. My fucking boss looked at me and he goes, boy, you fucking lucky. I mean, that never happens, you know what I mean? Fucking, but those people felt bad for me. Because they were actually there when my boss goes, hey, get a hanger for that before that fucking paint fucking falls. And no sooner he said that, and that fucking bucket fucking went off, and I'm fucking watching it, and it's going in slow-mo, and it fucking hits that floor, and it fucking, fucking out all over that floor. I fucking take my shirt off, I run to the lake, and I'm fucking figure, oh, if I soak my shirt in water, I'll be able to fucking get that paint off the floor. So I'm trying to wipe that paint up, and it's just smearing. And I'm fucking shitting in my pants, going, what in the fuck, man? I'm gonna get fired for sure. Fucking, but they decided they liked it and said, hey, I like that green floor. Why don't you just paint the rest of it? And I'm like, oh my God, really? We could have fucking got regular fucking, decking boards and fucking done that instead of having them pay all that money for fucking 14-foot red cedar fucking decking boards, man, and no knots. It was clear. It was red cedar clear decking boards, man. And they wanted it clear because it wasn't going to be painted. But I had worked for the guy for probably 10 years at that point, so it's not like, it was my first day, luckily. But yeah, I didn't always make him laugh. Oh yeah, it was lucky, because that was a good job too. And actually, come to find out, the guy, the husband of the the husband that of the people that we were working for, the husband actually was a school teacher, and he actually said that he taught Halle Berry, the actor, in high school. These guys had money. He was like some professor, and his wife was way high up in like a hospital or something like that, or radiation, something to do with radiation in the hospital. But they both had big money. And that's the only reason they didn't really care about the paint, because they had so much money that they didn't care about the money. I would have been livid. I would have been like, fuck no. Fucking, you rip that floor up. And you're paying for it. Oh yeah, especially being a covered porch. I mean, it's not even that red sea. That was a completely enclosed porch, with windows, not screened enclosed in, but window enclosed. So that red cedar would have fucking stayed fucking, yeah, would have lasted fucking, forever. And it still will now that it's painted. uh. Who we got in here? Foxy girl. Foxy girl's got a week off this week. She gets her bye week this week. I don't have no locks. I got no more locks on those two snakes. I'm going to leave them today together, and if they don't do anything by tonight, I'm going to separate them for a couple days. Such pretty colors on her. Yeah, she is. She is like phenomenal. Dropped my cigarette. Can't see where the fuck I'm shooting. There we go. She washes out some in that fucking light, though. There we go. She wants that camera. Hang on there, girl. I can feel you loosening up. I got you. I got you. You got no worries. You got no worries. All right, girl. You ready to go back? They don't come up to my hand. My hand's there to keep you down. Oh, what's everybody doing this weekend? You got any more snakes coming, Jason, this weekend? This weekend I'll be freezing. It's cold here. Oh no shit. Yeah, it's gonna be nice this weekend here. You fucking spilt your water, bud. You peed again? I just changed you this morning. This guy just fucking peed again. I just changed him this morning. He was one of the snakes we changed this AM this morning. And he soaked his fucking tub. Hey, bud. My spider boy. I gotta clean this stuff. I'll be right back. Stay up there, buddy. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Oh, you caught. Okay. My spider boy. We lost somebody. We lost somebody. Spider-Man. Should have called him that. I should have called him Spider-Man. This is the new Spider-Man. He runs slow, jumps low. The new Spider-Man. Hi, little one. Hi, pretty girl. Wanna come see me? Wanna come see me? Hi, pretty girl. Pretty girl. Oh, you guys can't see, can you? I guess we'll just call it a boa day. It was lower than 16 here this morning. It's only going to be a high of 22, 24 today. So I think we saw it was 8 degrees this morning. It was beautiful yesterday though. Christ, it was 52 degrees during the day yesterday, and then today's the low, and then tomorrow's like 35, but then Saturday's supposed to be back up in the 50s. Same thing for Sunday and all next week pretty much. I got up early. Power went out at 4:15 this morning. So, and I fed 4 snakes last night, so I jumped up out of bed and fucking got the generator going and got heat going in here and got power going. So I've been up since 4:15. No, I get up a little after 6. Yeah, so I'm a little groggy this morning. It's weird how much 2 hours extra more 2 hours more sleep helps. We got you, Dale, Jason, Repty. Who else is in here? We got Repty. Oh, Evie might be in here maybe. Cause we got, I think Dale's in here. We got Dale, Jason, Repty on, and you. So there's somebody else in here. Morning. This is Motley. Actually, Julie, I think it's just you and I. I think there are people in here, but I think they're away. I'm pretty sure. I think Dale's away right now. I think Jason's away. Now we got 2 more in here. This is Motley. Good morning. They've probably been in here all along though. Oh, Dale's in his car. No, I know. That's what I figured. I counted Dale, you, Julia, and Jason, but that's only 4. Oh, your feet were on fire. Listening like it's a radio show. That's what Dale said. Dale says he listens to it like it's podcast. Oh, we lost one. They didn't like me. They didn't like the fact that I could tell that somebody was in here. I don't know who you are. You guys hear my radio? I can hear it pretty good. I've been lucky so far because I could hear music in the last two and I could actually tell what it was saying, but they didn't copyright me for some reason. Guess whatever was playing was okay. Either that or they caught my video where I said it's a fucking satellite radio I'm paying for. So I ought to be able to fucking play it over my fucking videos because I pay to listen to it. Listen. Just barely. Maybe I should go turn it down a little bit. I wonder if I'll get kicked out of my live today. Yesterday it just froze. Yesterday afternoon it just froze. And I backed out and it took me forever to be able to get the live to fucking come back up. YouTube just kept scrolling. Every time I tried to fucking pull YouTube up so I could start another live, it just kept scrolling. It didn't show anything other than the YouTube logo at the top of the fucking page. And then just scroll. Nothing ever came up. I ended up shutting my phone off and turning it back on. And then I was able to fucking get the live to come back up. I was wondering if anybody got fucking stuck in it yesterday. Oh, D Driftwood's back. Come back to watch Brent Little Balls. I'll be right back. I'm going to turn that radio down some. Yeah, maybe I won't get copyrighted. What do you think you're doing, girl? What do you think you're doing? Hello, Peanut. This girl's on Rat Pups finally. I think she's had 3 now. 3 or 4. It just shut down yesterday, fucking my YouTube. Yeah, well, what happened is my counter, it says live, and then there's a counter next to it, and then it tells you how many people are in here, and then you got your likes. Well, the day before yesterday, when it cut off on me, the timer was still going, but it showed no people and no likes. And even if you don't have people in, you still have like that people icon, and you still got like a thumbs up. Well, all of that was completely gone, and then fucking just the timer was going. Well, the day before that, when that happened, it froze up on me shortly after. I noticed that, the timer was the only thing up there. Well, yesterday it happened. So I decided, well, instead of waiting for fucking YouTube to shut me down, I'd just back out and I'd start a new one. And when I backed out, it just kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it wouldn't fucking back out. And then finally I got to back out, but then I go to the YouTube fucking app, and YouTube fucking was on the top of the page, but it just kept scrolling. It wouldn't fucking actually come up. So like I said, I ended up shutting my phone. I shut my phone off and turned it back on, and then then I was able to start the live back up again. Jewel peanut. Jewel peanut. Time is up. I'll be right back. What happened to it? What did I do with it? Well, that sucks. What happened to it? Huh. Must have stuck it somewhere. Boom. There it is. Oh, all right. I got to see what time it was. Gonna stay on till the wife comes home at lunch like normal, and then we'll shut down for a little bit, and then I'll start back up. And if anybody joins, I'll hang in, and if fucking nobody joins, I'll just probably start another one tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. It's oldie out in the Atlantic Ocean. And HR had an E-T-E. That's Geo. That's Geo. I'm pretty sure you follow him too, Dale, on Instagram. Was it Dale? Oh, it's Reption. I thought it was Dale. It's funny because I come down here and my dog goes outside, and when he comes in, he comes right down here and checks this room out every time he goes outside. Wife's got fucking nails tonight. Oh, Apollo. Apollo's a good boy. Don't everybody talk at once. Damn heat kick on. Oh, what's it in here? Now it's 31% humidity in here. This one? 600 grams? I don't know. Hold on there, buddy. I'll weigh him right now. Probably 6 something. Oh, come on. Maybe get him to stay balled up. $581. This guy's $581. How much this snake weigh? Researching tobacco pipes. I'm curious to try the hobby of leisure pipe smoking. A store in the region sells tobacco blend that makes. Yeah, it don't make no sense, does it? I used to smoke fucking a pipe. They actually got some pretty fucking tasty tobaccos out there. Your apples and some fucking cherry stuff, and none of it's good for you. You know what I mean? But there is some really good fucking flavored tobaccos out there. I went and picked myself up corn cob pipe. I was smoking out a corn cob pipe at first. And then I upgraded to a different pipe. That is what I've been told. Yeah. It's some really, really flavorful shit out there, guy. I mean, some stuff that not only tastes amazing, but some pipe smoke fucking smells just like delicious. You know what I mean? You go, wow, I almost wish that was a dessert, you know? But I didn't have anybody in my family that smoked a pipe. I had family members that smoked cigars, but only when they went fishing. You know, saying I smoke cigars when I fish, just to keep the bugs out of my face. Yeah, no, you're right, Odie. You're so right, dude. Like, isn't that weird how that works? Anything that's good for us fucking sucks, and everything that's bad for us just is amazing. Like, you know, you think they could turn some of that stuff around. Your grandparents, your grandpa, and your uncle. See, my grandparents didn't. I didn't have any grandparents that smoked the pipe. That I didn't have grandparents that smoked anything. Honestly, I grew up in a family that basically nobody smoked cigarettes except for me. I smoked cigarettes when I got older, but nobody in my family smoked cigarettes. I guess a few of them might have smoked before I was born, but by the time I was born, they weren't. They quit smoking and never picked it back up again. Probably back when they didn't have so many chemicals in it. You know what I mean? When not so many people were dying from smoking. You know, I mean, Christ, everybody and their brother fucking back in the '60s smoked them Lucky Strikes. I didn't hear about them motherfuckers dropping like flies. You know what I mean? I don't think they used all the chemicals fucking back in the fucking '60s and '70s like they do now. Population control. I mean, when you know, it's pretty bad when they did study, and basically it was like 70% of the cereals on the market, the boxes were the box that the cereal was in was more nutritional, had more nutritional value than the cereal inside of it. You would have got more nutrition by eating the box than you would have the shit inside the box. It's sad. And we feed this to our own people, you know what I mean? It's not like it's the Chinese, you know, fucking supplying us our food. It's our own government that fucking with our food. The area of Newfoundland that I grew up in was heavily influenced by British traditions. Men smoke then. Yes. Yeah, after like supper, it's tradition to go in to the smoke room and have a cigar and have some brandy or something like that. Absolutely. I hear you. It's Sullivan Green. Oh yeah, yeah. I got you. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, fucking our meat. Well, you know, the hamburg and the steaks that we buy. Normally, you put them in the refrigerator and you don't put them in the freezer and you put them in the refrigerator. You only got a day or two, and that meat starts, you know, turning what I'd say aged looking. And now the fucking meat, you can put it in your fucking refrigerator and it stays like red for fucking a whole week in the refrigerator. You know, and I mean, fucking, I know that ain't right. You know, I grew up fucking, like I said, fucking, you put fucking anything in the refrigerator and, you know, within a couple days, it's going to start browning up. Our fucking meat don't brown up anymore. And supposedly it's because they're fucking injecting it with fucking something, bleach, I think. Pretty sure it was bleach. Yeah. Well, did you see? Did you see some of your fast food joints fucking are going to start charging more if you go and eat during their peak times a day? Like at lunchtime, they're like Wendy's and McDonald's and shit like that during their peak times. If you go eat at their place, they're going to charge you more than if you go on the off-peak times. I mean, how the fuck you do that? I mean, what the fuck? That's fucked up. Yes, that is bullshit. I mean, so you want people to go someplace else during lunch? Are they saying they're too busy at lunchtime, so now we got to charge you fucking more because you're making us too busy? I don't understand it. You know? Yes, I know. I know. I used to bitch when fucking times were good and we'd cost me and the old lady fucking, 25 fucking dollars for our meal, and we get a couple drinks, so it'd come to fucking, 30, 35. I used to complain then. And now you're right. Me and the wife go out to eat, have a couple fucking drinks. You're talking about $100 bill. And I'm talking just me having a drink, her having a drink, and us having a fucking meal. And I'm talking like Chinese or something like that. I'm not talking like a 5-star restaurant, and a 6-course meal. We're talking just a fucking meal and 2 drinks, $100 fucking dollar bill. It's like, what in the fuck? Like I said, it's not even some fancy restaurant. It's fucking Chinese restaurant. Which Chinese restaurants around here, to me, they're not fucking, that's not fancy restaurant, just because they got some, lots of colors in their fucking restaurant, and that don't mean fucking it's fancy restaurant to me. The worst has lost its common sense. The world has lost its fucking common sense, dude. I totally fucking agree, man. Totally agree. Well, I totally agree. Richmond, North of Richmond, fucking is a fucking great song, and it's fucking perfect. When that fucking song came out, it was a perfect time for that fucking song to come out. Richmond, North of Richmond. You must have heard that song. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's that bright redhead guy. That's awesome. I appreciate you coming back, Gio. Well, yeah, he looks like a Carrot Top, but not Carrot. Actually, fucking nobody looks like Carrot Top anymore. That motherfucker's scary. His fucking arms, he got so loose skin on his fucking arms and shit. Have you seen the actual Carrot Top fucking recently, Gio? I saw him on Joe Rogan, and holy fuck, he was like scary. Fucking, he was. I mean, he's wears that eyeliner, which just draws you more to his fucked up face, because his face is all fucked up now. He got like some bad Botox or something, and then he started doing steroids or something, and he got all buff. And now that he's lost it, his skin looks all fucking loose, like he sat in the bathtub for too long. You know what I mean? It's all wrinkly and shit. But the wife's home, so I'm going to shut down for now, but I'll be back. Hopefully I see you get back here, Gio. I'll be back in like 20 minutes. She's only home for like 20 minutes or so. So, but I always shut down, because if I don't shut down, I always end up getting kicked out in the afternoon for some reason off YouTube. So I shut down while she's here at lunch. So anyway, I hope everybody comes back. We'll see you in about 20 minutes or so. Cheers.